Book summary: How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Ever wonder how some people seem to magnetize others towards them effortlessly? If you've ever found yourself pondering this question, you're certainly not alone. The concept of effortless charisma, of attracting others towards oneself, has puzzled and fascinated many of us. It is a subject that has been analyzed, studied, and scrutinized time and time again. But the mystery remains, as there is no magic wand to wave or secret incantation to utter. Yet, a closer look reveals that it's not about magic at all, but rather about mastering a certain art, the art of human relations. Understanding human relations is akin to understanding the intricate web of human emotions, actions, reactions. It's about understanding how to engage with others in a meaningful and impactful way. It's about comprehending the complexity of human behavior, about learning to appreciate the subtle nuances of human interaction, and about developing the ability to adjust one's own behavior to best fit each unique situation. And what better way to learn about mastering human relations than studying the wisdom of someone who has delved deep into this very subject? Today we're exploring a book that's been lauded time and again for its profound insights on human interactions. How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Dale Carnegie, writer and lecturer, created this book as a guide to better human relations. First published in the 1930s, this book was groundbreaking in its approach. Carnegie was one of the first to emphasize the importance of emotional intelligence, of understanding and managing your own emotions in a way that they influence interpersonal relationships positively. Over the decades, the world has seen numerous changes, technological advancements, societal shifts, and yet, Carnegie's teachings hold as much relevance today as they did back then. His words, encapsulating the core of human nature, still ring true, making this timeless classic a must-read for anyone seeking to improve their interpersonal skills. How to Win Friends and Influence People is much more than a mere guide to winning friends or influencing people. It's a comprehensive exploration into the depths of human nature, a textbook that teaches us how to foster positive relationships, and an instruction manual that arms us with the tools to effectively communicate our ideas. In this intricate dance of human interactions, Carnegie provides us with a roadmap. His wisdom guides us in navigating the complex terrain of human interactions in a world where social skills are more important than ever. The book takes us on a journey through the world of people, their reactions, their motivations, and their responses. It dives into the psychology of human beings and provides a lens through which we can understand the world around us better. The book isn't just for a specific demographic. It isn't just for business professionals or students or leaders. It's a resource for everyone. In fact, it's a treasure trove of wisdom that transcends age, profession, and societal status. It's a book that promises to add value to anyone who reads it, regardless of where they are in life. Whether you're a student navigating the challenges of academia, a professional seeking to excel in your career, or just someone looking to improve your relationships and understand people better, this book has something for everyone. So come join us on this enlightening journey. Let's dive in together, exploring the wisdom that Dale Carnegie has to offer. Let's learn, let's grow, let's understand human nature better. The world of human interactions awaits us, its complexities ready to be unraveled, its nuances ready to be understood. And remember, the journey to mastering human relations starts with a single step. We invite you to take that step with us as we delve into this timeless classic. Dive in with us as we explore Carnegie's timeless wisdom. Scene script. Let's begin with the understanding of fundamental techniques in handling people. Imagine a world where everyone you meet is a potential friend, a collaborator, a mentor. A world where every interaction is a door to a world of opportunities. This world exists, and the key to unlocking it lies in mastering the art of handling people. Firstly, let's delve into the principle of not criticizing, condemning, or complaining. It's easy to fall into the trap of negativity, to point out faults, to complain. But let's be honest, nobody likes to be on the receiving end of that. Instead, try to understand the other person's perspective. Adopt a positive, solution-oriented approach. Remember, every time you hold your tongue from criticism, you are not only avoiding a potential conflict, but also opening up a channel for constructive dialogue. The second principle is to give honest and sincere appreciation. The operative words here are honest and sincere. We all have a radar for insincerity. A compliment that is not genuine can be spotted a mile away, and it does more harm than good. So when you appreciate someone, mean it. Find something you genuinely admire about them and let them know. It's amazing how a few honest words of appreciation can make someone's day and win their goodwill. Lastly, but certainly not least, arouse in the other person an eager want. This is the cornerstone of influence. The trick is to frame your ideas in a way that they align with the other person's interests. Show them how your proposal can benefit them. It's not about manipulation, but about creating a win-win situation. When people see a personal benefit, they are more likely to be enthusiastic and cooperative. These principles are not just theories, but tools for building strong and healthy relationships. They are about fostering respect, understanding, and mutual benefit. They are about creating a positive, empowering environment where everyone feels valued and heard. But remember, these principles are not a quick fix. They require practice and patience. They require a genuine interest in people. And that, my friends, is the real secret. Be genuinely interested in others. Listen to their stories, understand their perspectives, appreciate their uniqueness. The world is full of interesting people with amazing stories and ideas. So why not make the most of it? Why not turn every interaction into an opportunity to learn, to grow, to create something meaningful? Remember, genuine interest in others goes a long way in winning friends. Scene script. Moving on to the next set of principles that revolve around making people like you. Let's dive right in. The first principle is to become genuinely interested in other people. It's not just about pretending to be interested, but truly finding something captivating about the person you're engaging with. People can sense authenticity, and they're drawn to those who display genuine curiosity about their lives, their experiences, and their perspectives. Next, we have the power of a smile. It's a universal gesture that can bridge language barriers and cultural differences. A sincere smile is more than just a curve of the lips. It's an expression of friendliness that can lighten someone's day. It tells others that you're approachable, open, and positive. So, don't underestimate the power of flashing those pearly whites. The third principle is the importance of remembering a person's name. A person's name is, to that person, the sweetest and most important sound in any language. It's a sign of respect, and a way to show that you value them as an individual. It makes people feel recognized and important. So, make it a point to remember and use people's names in your conversations. Being a good listener is the fourth principle. Encourage others to talk about themselves. People love to share their stories, their ideas, and their passions. By listening attentively, you're not only learning more about them, but you're also showing that you value what they have to say. It's a simple yet effective way to foster a deeper connection. The fifth principle is to talk in terms of the other person's interests. Find common ground or learn about what excites them. This makes the conversation more enjoyable for them and shows that you're not just focused on your own interests. Lastly, make the other person feel important. And do it sincerely. Recognize their achievements, appreciate their efforts, and respect their opinions. This boosts their self-esteem and makes them feel valued. It's a powerful way to win their goodwill and build a meaningful relationship. In summary, these 6 principles center on valuing others and making them feel important. They may seem simple, but they're highly effective. By becoming genuinely interested in people, smiling, remembering their names, being a good listener, talking in terms of their interests, and making them feel important, you can make people like you. These principles are not about manipulating others into liking you, but about building genuine connections based on respect and understanding. They require empathy, sincerity, and a genuine interest in people. Implementing these principles in your interactions will not only make people like you, but also foster deeper, more meaningful relationships. The essence of this is to value others and make them feel important. Now, let's delve into the art of winning people to your way of thinking. As we wander through this journey of life, we often find ourselves in situations where we need to convince others of our point of view. Whether it's at home with our families, at work with our colleagues, or even in our social circles, it's a skill that comes in handy in numerous ways. But how do we do it effectively, without coming across as manipulative or self-serving? Well, let's explore 12 principles that can guide us in this endeavor. First and foremost, we must always show respect for other people's opinions. Even if we disagree vehemently, it's crucial to remember that everyone is entitled to their own beliefs and perspectives. By showing respect, we create a comfortable environment for open and honest discussion. Next, we have the principle of never saying, "You're wrong." It sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? But consider this. When we tell someone they're wrong, we immediately put them on the defensive. Instead, try to understand their point of view and find common ground. This leads to more productive conversations. The third principle urges us to admit when we're wrong. We're all human and we all make mistakes. When we admit our errors, we show our humility and willingness to learn. This authenticity often leads to increased respect and understanding from others. Fourth, begin your discussions in a friendly way. Friendliness begets friendliness. When we approach others with kindness and genuine interest, they're more likely to be receptive to what we have to say. Moving on to the fifth principle, get the other person saying yes, yes early on. Start with points on which you agree to establish a pattern of positivity and agreement, which then makes it easier to introduce new ideas or perspectives. The sixth principle encourages us to let the other person do a great deal of the talking. People enjoy talking about themselves and their ideas. By listening, we show that we value their thoughts, which in turn makes them more open to ours. For the seventh principle, let the other person feel that the idea is his or hers. People are more likely to accept an idea if they feel a sense of ownership over it. So, guide the conversation in such a way that they arrive at your idea on their own. The eighth principle is to try honestly to see things from the other person's point of view. By putting ourselves in their shoes, we can better understand their concerns, fears, and desires, which can help us to frame our ideas in a way that resonates with them. Next, be sympathetic with the other person's ideas and desires. This ninth principle is all about empathy. When people feel understood, they're more likely to consider your perspective. The 10th principle is to appeal to nobler motives. People like to think of themselves as noble and good. If we can show how our ideas align with these self-perceptions, we're more likely to win them over. The 11th principle is to dramatize your ideas. Stories, metaphors, and vivid examples can make your ideas more engaging and easier to understand. Finally, the 12th principle is to throw down a challenge. People are often motivated by a sense of achievement. By presenting your idea as a challenge, you can inspire them to take action. Winning people over is not about manipulation, but about understanding and respecting their perspective. So remember, the next time you find yourself trying to convince someone of something, apply these principles. You might be surprised by the results. Finally, let's explore Carnegie's advice on leadership. As we delve into this final section of our summary, we find ourselves in the realm of change. Not just any change, but change that is respectful, considerate, and welcomed. The first principle Carnegie suggests is to begin with praise and honest appreciation. It's a simple, yet powerful idea. We all crave recognition and appreciation for our efforts. So when we start our interaction with genuine praise, it sets a positive tone and makes the other person more receptive to what we have to say. The second principle is to call attention to people's mistakes indirectly. No one likes to be told they're wrong, and doing so can often lead to resentment. Thus, Carnegie recommends subtly pointing out mistakes. This could be as simple as saying, "I'm sure it was an oversight," or "you probably didn't realize." Next, Carnegie advises talking about your own mistakes before criticizing the other person. It's all about leveling the playing field and showing empathy. By demonstrating that you too are fallible, you make the other person feel less defensive and more open to your feedback. The fourth principle is to ask questions instead of giving direct orders. No one likes to be ordered around. So, instead of saying "do this," ask, "Do you think this would work?" It's a simple change in approach that can make a world of difference in how your suggestions are received. Carnegie's fifth principle is to let the other person save face. This means allowing them to correct their mistakes without feeling embarrassed or belittled. It's about preserving their dignity and showing them respect, even when they've made a mistake. The sixth principle is to praise every improvement, no matter how small it may seem. A word of recognition can be incredibly motivating and can encourage continued effort and improvement. It's about cultivating an environment where progress, however incremental, is celebrated. Next, Carnegie suggests giving the other person a fine reputation to live up to. By expressing your belief in their abilities and potential, you inspire them to strive to meet your expectations. It's a powerful way of bringing out the best in people. The eighth principle is to use encouragement and make the faults seem easy to correct. It's about focusing on the potential for improvement, rather than dwelling on the mistakes. By showing confidence in their ability to change, you foster a positive, can-do attitude. The final principle is to make the other person happy about doing what you suggest. This can be achieved by showing them the benefits they'll gain, or by making the task seem appealing and enjoyable. If people see a personal advantage in doing something, they are far more likely to do it willingly and enthusiastically. In essence, Carnegie's approach to leadership and change is rooted in empathy, respect, and positivity. It's about understanding the other person's perspective, treating them with dignity, and motivating them through positive reinforcement. It's not about exerting power or control, but about inspiring people to want to change and grow. These principles are not just applicable in a leadership role at work, but also in our personal relationships. They teach us how to communicate effectively, how to inspire others, and how to foster positive change. So the next time you're faced with a situation where you need to influence change, remember Carnegie's advice. Begin with praise and honest appreciation. Call attention to mistakes indirectly. Talk about your own mistakes first. Ask questions instead of giving direct orders. Let the other person save face. Praise every improvement. Give them a fine reputation to live up to. Use encouragement and make them happy about doing what you suggest. And remember, true leadership involves understanding, respect, and encouragement. As we conclude, let's recap the key points from Carnegie's wisdom. Starting with the fundamental techniques in handling people, we've learned that it's essential to avoid criticism, condemnation, or complaints. People are driven by a deep desire to feel important, and criticism kills this motivation, often causing resentment. Instead, we should seek to understand and validate their feelings, which fosters a sense of importance and value. Then, we explored the ways to make people like you. The key takeaway here is the power of genuine interest in others. Show enthusiasm in their interests and concerns. Smile, remember their name, and listen attentively to their stories. It's not about pretending, but cultivating genuine interest and empathy. Moving on to the methods of winning people to your way of thinking, it's clear that arguments are futile and often counterproductive. Instead, respect their opinions, admit your mistakes quickly, and let the other person feel the idea is theirs. This approach is not about manipulation, but fostering an environment of mutual respect and understanding. In the segment on how to change people without giving offense or arousing resentment, we've learned that people are more likely to change their behavior if they are encouraged, appreciated, and involved in the process of change. Appeal to their nobler motives, make them happy about doing what you suggest, and they will be more likely to comply. Let's emphasize the importance of genuine interest, respect, understanding, and appreciation in our interactions. These principles are not about manipulation, but about fostering positive relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. Remember, it's all about making others feel valued. It's about understanding their perspective and validating their feelings. It's about showing genuine interest in their stories and concerns. It's about fostering a sense of importance and worth in others. It's about creating an environment of respect and understanding where everyone feels heard and valued. Carnegie's wisdom is timeless because it taps into the fundamental human needs and desires. We all want to feel important, heard, and valued. We all want to be understood and appreciated. And these principles provide a guide on how to fulfill these needs in our interactions with others. And remember, these principles are not just for winning friends and influencing people. They are also for building a better society where everyone feels valued and respected. They are for fostering a culture of understanding and appreciation where everyone's voice is heard and valued. So, let's take these principles to heart. Let's apply them in our interactions with others. Let's foster a culture of respect, understanding, and appreciation. Let's make the world a better place, one interaction at a time. With these principles, you are well equipped to win friends and influence people in your life. Remember, it's all about making genuine connections. Key points from How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Fundamental techniques in handling people. 1. Avoid criticism and condemnations, instead express appreciation. 2. Give honest and sincere appreciation. 3. Arouse in the other person an eager want. 6 ways to make people like you. 1. Become genuinely interested in other people. 2. Smile. 3. Remember and use people's names. 4. Be a good listener. Encourage others to talk about themselves. 5. Talk in terms of the other person's interest. 6. Make the other person feel important and do it sincerely. How to win people to your way of thinking. 1. Avoid arguments and show respect for other people's opinions. 2. Never say you're wrong. Instead, admit mistakes and avoid criticism. 3. Let the other person save face. Give them a way out. 4. Get the other person saying yes immediately. 5. Try to see things from the other person's point of view. 6. Be sympathetic to the other person's ideas and desires. Be a leader. 1. Begin with praise and honest appreciation. 2. Call attention to people's mistakes indirectly. 3. Talk about your own mistakes before criticizing others. 4. Ask questions instead of giving direct orders. 5. Let the other person save face. 6. Praise the slightest improvement and praise every improvement. Thank you for watching and sharing by Book Summary by PM.